So your penalty puts you for 33 goals all time, overtaking Kim Little on the all-time leaders list. Just your overall thoughts on just that milestone.
Kim who? No, I'm kidding. Obviously. I think I've just been here a lot longer than Kim. I'm sure if Kim was here a lot longer, she would have more. But yeah, I mean, it's something great. Obviously, I love playing for this club, and being able to play with one team in this league the whole time and kind of build something like that is really cool. Just getting in a game that mattered and going up after going down one early on. That's more important, but yeah, it's kind of a cool little mantle thing or something now.
When you took it, was it as much consideration as to like what Jane's tendency is on penalties, or was it just you're just gonna blast it as hard as you can?
Yeah, not really. I definitely go more for the power to either side. I just think I get too heady when I try to place it, and I think if you hit it right and hit it the way you want to, then it's fine. So I saw that busted Panenka this morning, so I didn't want to double that up.
You set up 2 goals tonight, one on the quick throw, another on the turn in the through pass. Both of those are to players who weren't here last year. There's been a lot of conversation about a transition in the roster, and now you find yourself in second place and you scored 3 goals against a pretty good defense and goalkeeper. Can you talk to where the team is at and you see the offense going from here?
Yeah, I think we're finding a little bit of a rhythm. Definitely these last couple games have been good for us. We're a lot more I think disciplined and dangerous and organized on both sides of the ball. I think it's having the improvement that we did on our roster this year obviously was huge. And in this league sometimes can be difficult. You don't always get to just go after the players you want. So, Bill and Vlaco put a great team together, and I think brought in players that really complemented each other. And I think you're seeing that, and really just I think we're kind of settling into the season and settling into, obviously new coach in Vlaco and really sort of understanding what he wants us to do. But yeah, a huge improvement on the roster from last year, and just a lot more dangerous in a lot of different areas of the field.
A lot of your opportunities in the second half really resulted in some great interplay between you and Steph Catley. Was it just sort of a case of really just working your way into the game together, or was there something that you two really did to switch and get that a lot more opportunities together?
Yeah, I think my positioning or our positioning was off in the first half, so we made a little bit of a tactical change. I think obviously Houston likes to sit back and keeps things very condensed, and I was inside a lot, so I think we just, especially in the build-up, need to create that width and let other people operate kind of underneath in that space, and they'll sort of open up. And I think they opened up a little, especially once we got the goal. They kind of had to go for it, but I think Steph and I have a good relationship, and we're always kind of trying to tinker and figure out ways that we can both kind of beat the defense.
I'm curious about sort of your style and development as a player. So you've obviously had a lot of time spent focusing on different, and it seems to me that you're playing in a lot more sort of physically, just a sort of aggressive way. Is that something that you're intentionally sort of working on and thinking about adding to your game? I know a lot of you've often thought of as a finesse or sort of style player, but it struck me this year, particularly today, it was very sort of physically aggressive. Is that something that you think about, or is it just sort of naturally developing?
Not really. I haven't thought about it in that way, but I think it's a byproduct. I've been playing a little bit more inside this year, and trying to kind of find those spaces underneath, the back line and underneath Jody, and those sort of off-shoulder pockets outside of the center backs. So I think that just sort of puts me in the mix more. I do think I'm stronger now in the last 2 years than I have been at other parts of my career, or probably ever in my career. So maybe just being able to kind of handle that load. But I think it's more so a product of playing inside a little bit more and trying to be on the ball as much as I can, and there's just a lot more people in there. I'm still jumping out of crazy, reckless tackles, but we're trying to at least.